Welcome back to Chasing My Potential, where I help you unlock those knowledge gaps massively holding you back. Whether it be the small technical details or decision making, we cover it all, leaving no stone unturned. Today, we're deep diving into exactly what made Prime Pogba so good. We will analyse his receiving skills, dribbling, passing, defending, goals, and his incredible first touch. No matter what position you play, I guarantee you'll get something from this analysis. So first, let's take a closer look at Pogba's dribbling. How many midfielders can you think of that are this deadly in a 1v1? Two v one? And powerful runs driving with the ball. The first thing that separates Pogba is the amount of skills that he uses. The Iniesta, also known as La Croqueta. The snap. The fake shot. The elastico. The reverse elastico. The Neymar stand-up. The body feints, the outside chop, the roulette, the Zidane. Honestly, I can go on and on. This clip sums it all up. His skills seem limitless. The reason why it's really important to point this out is because each skill is best used in specific scenarios. For example, the Zidane. One scenario being the defender approaching from the side, first such moving the ball away from pressure, and the second one to escape. And with each skill, there are many different scenarios. Because Pogba knows so many skills and how to use them, he will find himself being able to come up with an answer to get out of most situations whilst keeping the ball in way more situations compared to the average midfielder, who may freeze or panic on the ball. Let's look at some clips that shows Pogba's dribbling IQ in 1v1 situation. Here we have this sharp snap from Pogba. He checks his shoulder and lets the ball run across his body. Initially, we see the defender's momentum going this way. Now, Pogba uses his teammate faking a pass, causing the defender to plant his feet, now bringing his momentum this way. And just look at the stretch Pogba is doing whilst doing the skill to keep the disguise until the last moment. Here, a fake shot from Pogba. As he receives the ball, we see him move around the ball slightly and run up to do a shot, baiting the defender who is already on the move to get here as fast as possible to block the shot. As the defender plants his feet and sticks out a leg, he does a sharp chop outside against the defender's hips, avoiding the outstretched leg, and then with a composed finish near post. Now the Iniesta. Initially, we see the defenders backing off. Pogba stays patient, waiting for the defender to engage, who now plants his feet. He body feints and the defender plants here to swing off this leg. First touch to escape that leg, and the second touch to advance. Pogba with an elastico. Again, the defender jockeying down the line. Pogba putting his foot on the ball makes the defender now plant his feet. A defender with planted feet is super reactive. Now, the Neymar stand-up. He receives the ball and stands up the defender straight away, dangling his leg. Robin who's coming across initially, and then we see this. Pogba's cue that Robin is engaging in a tackle. He chops the ball sharply and does a body fake down the line, mimicking a sprint, in turn losing Robin in the process. Here Pogba uses a reverse elastico. Initially the defender running across, beginning to plant his feet. As he does, Pogba does a touch down the line, forcing a defender to pick up speed again, and then does this skill out of nowhere against the defender's hip and momentum. The timing of this whole move is pure perfection. And finally, a nutmeg. Again, using his teammate as bait for the pass. Look how he delays with this hop, waiting for the defender to block the passing lane, leaving his legs open. One of the big reasons for Pogba's composure when dribbling is down to the amount of skills that he can use. But to really appreciate his composure, we need to look at Pogba's skills in 2v1 situations. Pogba with a stretch touch and another Iniesta. With a loose ball, he stretches to move the ball away from the defender, and now this composure. If he does a skill here, it won't work. The defender hasn't engaged enough. So he delays, taking an extra stride and avoids the tackling leg. Pogba again using the same two skills. First spinning the ball away from pressure, fully opening up here, sensing the pressure, doing a small body feint to keep the defender's momentum coming this way. And does the Iniesta right into a stretch touch to protect the ball here. And immediately moves the ball again. Pogba here showing his flair and just how unpredictable this makes him. Rolling the ball here, enticing this defender this way, and the other one here. Here it looks like Pogba could be protecting the ball in the corner so the defender gets touch tight. Pogba now simply plays the ball into the space. Now with multiple defenders around. Holding off the defender with his head up. Now look how easily he seems to beat this player. Again, this is his timing and composure. He turns to face him up, and as soon as he sees this cue, the defender pushing off here, he rolls the ball down the line. Now we see the defender realising he's overcommitted on this line. And now Pogba can simply cut across his line. This touch inside threatening both angles, a step over mimicking a touch inside causing the defender to plant his feet. So as you see, Pogba's timing and composure is next level. When he's in the flow state, there is no stopping him. The last thing with dribbling, maybe the main thing you think about, Pogba when it comes to dribbling, driving runs. Here we see Pogba mimicking to take the ball this way with a body feint, and he uses this skill a lot. And we see how much it affects the defender pushing off here. He now moves the ball backwards, getting himself between the man and the ball, and with a stretch touch to catch this defender by surprise, goes through the gap, with another stretch touch to avoid any tackle. Now this touch is perfect. Notice how it makes the defender who was running across to get set, plant his feet, unsure which way Pogba will go. Breaking no stride and with his hips open, he touches the ball past the defender into space. Another skill Pogba uses a lot. And steps his leg across. Here Pogba chips the ball into space, avoiding the outstretched leg against the planted defender. And reading the pressure here, stretches forward to tap the ball backwards, allowing the defender to oversell himself. This run from Pogba is amazing. Trapping the ball with the outside of his foot inside against the defender's hips. Initially, the defender is running here. Pogba's second touch now inside causes him to plant his foot to engage here. And as composed as ever, he rolls to avoid him. Straight into a step over and touches against the defender's momentum. And then cuts back inside. As well as all these technical composed dribbles, let's not forget the power he has to run like this. So we have a midfielder with this many tricks under his sleeve, who can dribble in so many different scenarios. But this is only a small part of what makes Prime Pogba prime Pogba. Another part of this puzzle is receiving skills. Here we can see how Pogba's dribbling and ball mastery really ties into this. But receiving the ball under pressure is a completely different art itself. Before we analyse his receiving skills, one thing Pogba ties in perfectly with these scenarios is his ball protection skills. Using his physicality, getting himself between the man and the ball, either using the outside of his foot and holding off the defender, creating a huge space between the defender and the ball, allowing him to get his head up and assess the situation, or with his foot on the ball, which allows him to change direction quickly. Or even nutmeg like this, or letting the ball run across his body whilst holding the defender off. And because he has such long legs, he can really stretch in front of defenders, making it near impossible to get around. Especially when the ball's coming into him too. But onto Pogba's receiving skills. As the ball comes in with this defender to the side, he does a fake run into space and sharply touches the ball back. And we see the defender pushing off here. He touches the ball to the side like bait and then moves it away immediately with his left foot. Then sharply spins after, fooling the defender twice and gets his arm across, before then avoiding the next tackle. This time the defender coming from behind. He opens up, enticing the defender here, and then spins and sharply chops the ball on the stretch for maximal speed. Here a great touch. Opens up, leaving the ball free for a split second and moves it away from pressure, and then has the awareness to see the next defender coming across. Foot on the ball and rolls it against the momentum. And here we see him checking his shoulder with the ball being this close to him. He senses the striker pressing from behind this way, touches the ball here, luring the attacker before moving the ball away. And other times, we see ridiculous flair in the middle of the pitch. Ronaldinho-esque. Anyone who's played at any level will know it's not easy to receive the ball with a defender applying pressure on your blind side. But Pogba seems to receive the ball with pure confidence. Hopefully some of these breakdowns just now have helped you understand where you may be going wrong in these sorts of scenarios. Next, we have first touch. The first thing that stands out with Pogba's ball control is how well he can control the ball at a full stretch. Think about this touch. He's at a stretch with the ball coming side on, and he's managed to touch the ball with the inside of his big toe. This is literally millimeters at play here for a touch to either be amazing or terrible. Here holding a defender off, whilst watching the ball go over his head, and then this stretch to catch the ball. If you don't understand how hard this is, even just throwing the ball up and over your head and turning around whilst judging the flight of the ball can be very disorientating, but not for Pogba. But it's not just the lace touch. Every touch is effortless. And having a touch like this helps him have the perfect weight of touch whenever he chips it over the defender's head. Sometimes doing 2 chips on the go. But as you've noticed in these clips, it's not only his feet he's using. He's mastered every part of his body. His chest touch is as good as anyone's I've seen. To let the ball come over your body from behind and control the ball like this with your chest is phenomenal. Here holding the defender off, chesting the ball in midair straight into a chip. And another one holding off a defender. Seeing this brings me on to an important point. To improve your first touch, one really good way to improve your first touch is by practicing it whilst holding somebody off or having someone apply pressure to you. As you can see, so many times in game, we're forced to take the ball down whilst holding somebody off. I promise this will make a world of difference if you start adding this to your training. Also, along the line of individual training, I'm receiving tons of messages asking what type of drills to do to get better. Because first the process is the knowledge, and then it's doing effective training. And I'm in the process of putting a catalogue of drills together for all specific parts of the game that you can practice individually. I'll keep you posted on that. And this last clip sums up how good Pogba's control is. Next, we have defending. His athleticism mixed with his football IQ can make him an attacker's nightmare. The distance he covers when he stretches out a leg is insane. Here leaping forward to poke the ball away from Ronaldo. Here pressing the attacker who shifts the ball, but Pogba again springs off the leg and stretches to poke the ball away. And when an attacker thinks they've beat him, his reaction is great, and the distance he can cover always gives Pogba a second chance having a bite at the ball. And with his game IQ here, we can see he knows the attacker's only option. This pass, and waits until the last second to close his legs to block the pass, avoiding the nutmeg. And again here, And his football IQ also helps him read interceptions well. Ronaldo receiving the ball and reading where he will play next. And look at that stretch. Here leaving the passing lane open until the attacker puts his head down. Perfect timing to pass and then quickly closes the space to block the pass. And here, reading the situation, turning and quickly adjusting to block an important pass. The thing that separates Pogba from a lot of other midfielders when he wins the ball back is then his composure, instead of just kicking the ball long or panicking on the ball. He's relaxed and he uses his dribbling and receiving skills that we've already watched. So far, we have a player who can dribble like no other midfielder, receive the ball confidently while spinning away from pressure and protecting the ball, making it impossible to get to. The first touch of Ronaldinho, pure athleticism and a football brain when defending, being able to read plays and break them down. And if that's not enough, Pogba is probably most known for passing. Firstly, we have Pogba's diags and switches from the ground with his right foot. Left foot. Volleys. And first time. Bearing in mind, you could play clips forever of Pogba making these types of passes. Now over the top through balls with his right foot. Left foot. And first time. Now through balls on the ground, with the skies keeping his hips open. And perfect weights of pass with top vision. And when he finds himself out wide, deep crosses. And on top of all this, he has the flair to find creative passes. The L pass. With flicks. Through the legs. And dealing with the ball in the air. The versatility of his passing is next level. Again, think about your training. Are you just practicing easy balls over the top? Or are you doing first time ones, weak foot ones, using different parts of your feet, for example? Now, lastly, Pogba goals. Again, the versatility is next level. So many goals from outside the box or just on the edge. And volleys. Again, we see him demonstrating his dribbling and protecting skills in these goals, especially this one, and what a goal. A fake shot to then burst through the gap, touching the ball the opposite way the defender's hips are facing before cutting inside sharply, and a composed pinpoint finish into the bottom corner. Also, if you're struggling with your finishing, I've just made a huge section of my paid finishing course free to watch. As a thanks for all the crazy support. The link's in the bio. I think you'll be shocked at how much this information is going to help you finishing. And there we have it. This analysis for you should highlight for you what areas of your game you need to work on and how to work on them. But there's not too many players this good that have mastered so much. There's one thing I want to know. Who is prime Pogba on par with? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. I appreciate the support and the massive growth that we've had recently. Don't forget to check out the free part of the Art of Goal Scoring course. That's information I wish I had when I was younger. Use this Pogba analysis to map out what you need to work on to become that complete player. But most of all, keep chasing your potential.